What was the first thing that you said, you know what, I'm going to start and organize something that's distinctly Catholic?
Well, when things started going well, and they were on that track to get super well, I want to make sure that I make use of what God gave me for the best possible purpose. And to me, what's the best possible purpose? That's the easiest answer in the world. Help people get to heaven. Now the next question is, what's the best way to help people get to heaven? To me, that's also an easy answer. Help the Catholic Church. And I've been hit with every kind of request from a charitable Catholic organization you can imagine. So I had to prioritize. So I went through a long process of figuring out what does the church need most. And I narrowed it down to education and media. And I got into some media stuff. I started the first Catholic radio station in the United States. And now we provide programming for about 300 and 400 Catholic radio stations, and help some others financially get started in radio station. And then I helped EWTN some, and I love Mother Angelica. And but I decided that I'd do education because part of education training the media. And so I did a lot of elementary schools, private elementary schools, brought in an order for nuns that started a new Dominican order, Mother Santa Long, and Sisters of the Mary Mother of Eucharist. I got about 140 sisters now, and they're teaching all over the country. And then I got involved with our high school, and I decided, well, I can build a lot of high schools, even more elementary schools, but I can only pay for so many. Somebody's got to run them. So I figured, well, maybe the most important thing I could do is start a Catholic university, because very few people can afford it. I can't even afford it, but I could get it started and then show what can be done, because I saw what was happening in Catholic higher education. It was worse than non-Catholic. And the research shows that you're better off from a faith standpoint to send your kid to a non-Catholic school than a Catholic school, with few exceptions. And I was on the board of one of those exceptions. That was Franciscan. There's only 15 Catholic schools in the country that make the Newman Guide out of 230 schools. And so I decided, well, I would continue to support Franciscan. I was their biggest benefactor. But they fired the guy that made it that. See, it was not controlled by the board, at least as who the president is. Mm-hmm. It's the order. And so I think we needed a school that was not controlled by religious order. It was controlled by the board, and all the board members had to be devout Catholics. Our goal at Ave Maria is to be the school the devil hates the most. We want to be the school. We want to teach what the church needs the most, not try to be all things to all people. And our number one priority is vocations. We think we can produce more vocations than any school in the world, and really good vocations, like future bishops. That's making an impact. Our main subject is theology. That's our flagship. We have outstanding theologians. We started with Father Matthew Lamb, was many consider the best. He set up our theology department. He's no longer with us, but and we want to train people to teach the faith at every level: elementary, high school, college, seminaries, universities. And we have a doctorate in theology. I think it's the best in the world. We want to stress family and marriage. In fact, we have programs about being a stay-at-home mom. That's so non-political, you can't believe it. There's no such thing as political science in higher education anymore, but we want that for Catholic home economics, to train people to be mothers. And now that's going to be a lot of vocations. And we also, and then we want to create lawyers, ethical lawyers, judges. Someday I'd like to have somebody in the Supreme Court. Every year we're named the most conservative law school in the country. Every year we're named the most devout Catholic law school in the country. We're the only law school of the 29 Catholic law schools that made it into the Newman Guide. Know that most of them are basically woke and really caved into. We have not. We just had a renewal of our ABA. ABA was very liberal. We're their least favorite school, and that's another accomplishment.